Netflix splits its business in half. President Obama samples some of his homebrewed pale ale. And could suspended animation become a reality? It's TechLife, your digital lifestyle in 5 minutes. Hello, everybody, and welcome to TechLife, your weekly source for digital lifestyle news. I'm your host, Ashley Esqueda, and joining me as always, the delightful Barb Dibwad. Hi, Barb.
How are you doing?
Good. I really liked the rigor mortis you went into for the suspended animation.
Well,
there.
I'm very excited about suspended animation because it could mean I could live to see the future.
Let's get into our news this week. Netflix caused quite a stir this week after announcing that they will be splitting up their streaming and DVD services into two separate companies.
A lot of customers are up in arms. They're angry. The stock price has tanked. It's down about 50%.
Yeah, Reed Hastings, the CEO of Netflix, took to the internet this week to apologize. He dropped a bombshell and said, well, by the way, we are no longer going to have one company doing DVD by mail and streaming. We're going to split them into two separate companies, and the DVD by mail service will now be called Quickster.
If they want to have both, they have to enter their credit card credentials in both places,
Both sites, different sites.
Have an account on two different sites. It's confusing to the consumer.
However, there are some bonuses. Netflix will be able to leverage better streaming quality. And on top of that, on the DVD by mail service, they're also adding video games. So you'll have to either choose your side in the battle against DVD or streaming, or you'll have to pay for both.
Which are you going to do? Let us know in the comments. Marine Sergeant Dakota Meyer visited the White House recently, and he had one special request. He wanted to have a beer with the president. Now, he got his wish, but it wasn't just any old beer. This was homebrew beer made by President Obama himself.
So the president can now add homebrewer to his list of illustrious titles. It was a honey ale, which they actually brewed in the White House. I'm sure this Marine, who was awarded the Medal of Honor after coming back from Afghanistan, I'm sure he really appreciated being able to sit down with the commander-in-chief and enjoy a frosty cold one. Suspended animation is now becoming a reality as the FDA has approved human trials to go forward in the United States. This is awesome. The overall concept of it is to cool the body to the point where it stops functioning.
So Dr. Peter Ree of Tucson, Arizona, has developed a technique where you inject people with a potassium-rich cold fluid solution that actually
really cold
brings the body temperature down to 10 degrees Celsius, which is, whew. So using this technique, if you can suspend the animation for about 60 to 90 minutes, it can give doctors that extra amount of time that they need to perform whatever emergency surgical operations on the patient in order to potentially save them.
And Dr. Ree actually says that he knows that it sounds crazy, but he really does believe that it will become a common medical procedure within 20 to 40 years.
Now, the International Space Station offers one of the most breathtaking views of Earth ever seen. Thanks to science educator James Drake, who pulled down 600 photos from the ISS and put it together in a video, you can literally fly over the Earth.
Yeah, this is, first of all, just heartbreakingly beautiful.
Really amazing. You gotta watch it. And if you can't afford to spend that 200 grand to take your private space flight, this could be the next best thing.
If you ever wanted to create your own toys as a kid, well, that day may have finally arrived. So this is a 3D printer, which Barb and I have talked about 3D printers. There's one that makes objects out of sand. There's a 3D printer that now makes blood vessels for your heart. I mean, amazing stuff happening in the 3D printing technology. This particular 3D printer is made for kids, and it's called Origo.
They can use a little piece of software to design the toy and then use the software to tell the machine to print out a 3D copy of their toy in plastic.
And it's web-based, so you don't even have to buy the software. It talks, it says things, and it encourages kids to be creative with it. Super cute. Kids can now design their own action figures. I mean, this is such a great way for kids to really expand their imagination and build anything.
And unfortunately, it's not on the market just yet. The company is still getting funding for the project, but they already have an ideal price point. They think they're going to be able to sell this device for about $800, which is a little bit expensive.
But when you consider the cost of action figures over time, it could be financially feasible. Well, that's all the time we have left on Tech Life. We are off to the White House to sample some of that delicious pale ale that Obama brews at the big White House in DC.
You think they'll let us in?
Oh, sure, they accept walk-ins all the time. But if you want more digital lifestyle news, you can check out Tekka.com. And on behalf of everybody here at Tekka, I'm Ashley Esqueda.
I'm Barb Dibwad.
And that's been Tech Life. We'll see you next week.